I love wearing menswear. I think that clothing should be fluid and people should be able to wear what they want. What is up, everybody? My name is Jessica from Etta Jane's Vintage, and here on this channel we like to focus on thrifting, vintage, sustainable fashion, and a little bit of random content in between. If this is something that you're interested in, you've definitely come to the right place. And let me just say, if you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Now, if you read this title, you already know that this is the third part of our fall trend series. And in today's video, we're going to be looking at the men's trends from the fall and winter fashion shows for 2020. So I'm really excited about this video because I have some great looks to show you and some awesome trends that we're going to talk about. But also, I love wearing menswear. I think that clothing should be fluid and people should be able to wear what they want. And a lot of times the menswear is way more comfortable than women's clothing. So really, I probably prefer it over maybe shopping in the women's section. So that is why I wanted to do this video today, to show you some of the men's trends from the runway that you can easily take and transfer into your own wardrobe. Today we have 4 trends from the men's runway shows that we're going to talk about. A lot of the trends that I saw from the men's shows actually overlapped with some of them from the women's wear shows. So I'm only going to talk about my 4 favorites and 4 that I already maybe had in my wardrobe or things that I recently thrifted. And if you haven't watched my other 2 videos, make sure to watch those. I will link them here in the cards. The second one was our outerwear trends video, and the first one was looking at our different outfits from the women's runway shows. So let's get into the trends. The first trend that we're going to be talking about is the tailoring to the max trend. So this trend I really like, one, because it deals with suiting and blazers, which I love, but it also has a spin on trench and outerwear coats. A lot of the coats and jackets that we saw with this trend were super exaggerated, so like everything was over the top. You saw these power shoulders that were really big, also the really long sleeves. The coats were also really long and oversized. So I like this trend, one, because I like to wear things that are a little bit more roomy and more comfortable. And also you're making a statement, because taking something that's more traditional like a suit or a trench, but putting a spin on it and making it a little bit more untraditional or non-traditional. So the way that I styled this look was taking this taupe colored trench coat that I have, and I recently thrifted this one maybe about 3 weeks ago. I believe I paid $3.99 for this coat, and I styled it with a pair of these men's trousers that I've had maybe for about a year. And I really like these pants and this jacket combination because it looks like it could have maybe been purchased out of the women's section, even though I thrifted it in the men's section. And I also really like the color combination because it's subtle, but it also makes a statement. The second trend that we're going to be looking at is the red alert trend. And you can see right here that I have this red jacket. This is actually what I'm going to be styling up for you. But with this trend, it's exactly what it says. Everything red, all red, everything. So that could be a red suit. It could be maybe a red sweater and trousers. It could be a red tee and jeans. Anything that's red from head to toe, this is what you will see with this trend. So with this look, I decided to take this red trench coat. It's a vinyl trench coat that I purchased from actually an Instagram thrift shop, and I'll link her information down below. But I took this and styled it with a pair of jeans, just some ripped Levi's jeans that I thrifted from the men's section many years back. And also added this white t-shirt for just a simple basic look. I also styled it more as a dress, so you can see in this clip how I've just tied the waist belt tight And then I paired it with these faux snakeskin boots that I bought from Zara maybe about 2 years ago, and this red beret to give a full-on head-to-toe red look. And this one I really like because it's taking this like oversized piece but also making it look more feminine with the silhouette and tightening in the waist and throwing on the ankle boots with it. So yeah, the red alert trend is something that I'm definitely here for, and we'll be trying to incorporate more red into my wardrobe. Trend number 3 is the 1970s fever. Now this might actually be my favorite trend that I saw on the runway this fall and winter. And this trend is exactly what it says. It's taking us back, blast from the past, even though I wasn't alive during the 1970s. But if I had to pick a different era in which I lived, I would probably pick the 1970s. This trend is full-blown rock star, pointy collars, neck scarves, furs, loud prints, plaids, all that good stuff. And you can see in some of the images exactly how it's being styled here on the runway, which is definitely something that I love. I love the 70s and think that was such a great era in terms of fashion and style, and we always see a lot of those pieces coming back and being recycled and renewed in different ways. So the way that I styled this look was taking this white faux fur coat that I thrifted maybe about 2 years ago, and I think I paid $20 for this coat, which is definitely a steal. Underneath the coat, I have paired it with this ruffle silk blouse and then these pair of white trousers. The trousers are actually from the 1970s. It's a part of a suit that I thrifted a while back. And yeah, so I decided to do this just like full on kind of like glam rock star look by using this like monochrome palette, but also incorporating all of these 70s elements. Our last and final trend that we're going to look at is the monochrome trend. And I feel like monochrome has been a trend that we've seen plenty of seasons now. It's something that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, but this might be one of the first times that we actually saw it on the men's runway. Usually we see it with the women's shows, but this time we're seeing it with the men's style and men's clothing. So you will see this monochrome in a lot of different colors, especially colors that pop. I think normally when you think of monochrome, you might think of more of like your traditional like nudes or grays, more neutral colors. But the way we're seeing it here, we're seeing it in hot pink, we're seeing it in yellow, we're seeing it in blue, even with the red. So for this look, I decided to do a pink monochrome look. Even though this is more pastel, I still think it gives that same feel of the monochrome look. So I have taken these pair of pink thrifted trousers and paired it with a pink turtleneck that I've also thrifted. And then to give it more of like a classic look, I decided to take this knit sweater that I thrifted years ago and tie that around the neck and really give more of that like classic menswear look. So we made it to the end of this series. I hope that you were able to take something from one of these 3 videos and get some inspiration on what you want to include into your wardrobe for this fall and winter season. And just to also know that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get many of these trends. You can thrift them, you can do online thrifting, but anything that you do and you're getting this secondhand is definitely great for the environment. So I encourage you to take a look and try to find some of these trends on your own. And again, if you haven't watched those other videos, those are linked here up in the cards, and I will also put them in the description box down below. I will see you all in the next video. Until next time, bye.